All right, we are here at Blue Moon Speedway, another race here in lovely California, and it is week 4 of the mini challenge with Signal 13 Racing. We have 8 cars in this race today. All of them are Mini Coopers, and we do have some tuning available for these vehicles. And looks like we are resetting the lobby and getting ready to do some qualifying laps. And we have, I believe, 50 laps today around this 2-mile Dorito chip. Kind of a Dorito chip. It's reminiscent of Pocono, but much smaller. Maybe even the old Phoenix tri-oval. So here's some facts about the Blue Moon Speedway. It's a fictional circuit that first appeared in Gran Turismo Sport, 2-mile triangular racetrack set in Half Moon Bay, California, and on the west coast of the United States. It could have been based on Pocono's Raceway. However, this track is more banked than it is the real-life counterpart in Pocono, and a half-mile longer in length. The circuit is essentially an oval track featuring 3 turns having different radii and bank angles. Each one requires a different approach to completely and safe and quickly. Online lobbies. The circuit's back straightaway is frequently used for quarter-mile drag racing. This is because the distance between the 2 overhead bridges on this back straight is approximately a quarter mile, and I have seen them do that before. Some drag racing, and that's where we're heading here in this location. No, this is right there. There's the first bridge, and see below the yellow line, they usually drag race through there to that bridge that just went overhead. Here we are into turn 2, which is flat out. Can run side by side through there. And then turn 3, maybe a little lift, not sure on these cars. And yeah, there was a big lift by Don P. And then we're back out onto the straight stretch with the front and the pits there on the left. But this lap will be pretty quick. Following old school here in a DuPont livery, kind of a NASCAR-esque. Even got the number 24 for Jeff Gordon. So that's old school. Then we've got Mr. Magoo. And there's Castro. And Rotten Kraut. American Punk. Or JDM. Don P. in the Mountain Dew ride. Jim Shady. Fan in the Peak Automobile. Antifreeze. J Mac. Looking like he's got Joe Camel. And that's 9 cars. So there we go. It's like if we are doing qualifying, we've got old school 54 seconds. And slipstream will be huge in this race. If you jump out of the slipstream, you're really going to be in trouble. You'll need a partner that's slipped off of it too, so you can get a partner to get back up towards the front. And we are 4 minutes into qualifying. Old school still out in front. No, Castro jumps up out in front. is Rusty's. There he is. In the Cars Inspired Mini. Old School still here in second place, less than a tenth behind. Jim Shady in third as he goes across the line. And still in third, Mr. Magoo in the Liqua Male Mini, braking hard into turn one, diving down below and into the pits. So we got Castro still on provisional pole, and there we go. And so Castro, Old School, Jim Shady's up into third. Magoo's in the pits. Don P in the Mountain Dew vehicle is in fifth. So let's go ahead and follow Castro here. Let's go inside, get a driver's eye view. Going into turn one, it looks like he's braking right at that yellow flag light. And a little high, got up into the marbles, but kept it off the wall. Letting the car drift back down the hill after that turn. Flat out through turn two. In this backstretch is even still banking. Not a lot of banking here, but it's not very sharp, so not a lot needed. You can do that flat out. And then there's another right there about between the yellow flag light and that white dash on the wall look like is braking or slowing down point. Accelerating back out onto the front stretch, and that's a lap around Blue Moon. Just got to do that 50 times. And with 8 other cars around you. See him sawing around way at that. Turn one is definitely the hardest one for sure. And turn two, just got to get it just right and not hit the wall on the exit. Try to carry as much speed as you can down this front stretch. Same with turn one, is all about getting off of the corner, because that's a really long front stretch and into a flat out turn two. Swinging it right out to the wall. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much better than that. He hasn't made any. He's had that consistent about a tenth off of the pole position. And we're 8 minutes into this. 8 minutes and he's done 9 laps. Show how fast it goes. Looks like Jim Shady, Mr. Magoo, J-Mac, Fan have all decided they've had enough of qualifying. And really it's a little love tap to the wall, leaving his mark. And I'd say qualifying isn't the most important thing for this race, because you're going to be running in a group. It's staying with the group and not falling out of the lead pack is the main thing to keep. Because once you drop out of the draft, it'll be really hard to get back into it unless you have a partner to get you into draft again. And we're at the 9-minute mark. Probably going to get 2 more laps here. Jim Shady. Hard tires are the only tire for this series. So hard tires, fuel usage. You're going to have pit lane penalties, weak damage. So if you get damage, it takes roughly 30 seconds for your car to repair. And that's about it. Slipstream is normal or real, I believe it is. No, there's something in the game called boost. So if the cars are behind, they get a little speed boost to get back up to the rest of the pack, but that is off. So it's just the real driving simulator, as they say. And you are able to mess with your downforce, and they did allow for some engine tweaks, additions, soup up or hot rod those engines, and suspension and brakes. Though brakes aren't going to be a big deal in this race, this is all about aerodynamics and maximizing your speed in these straightaways and maintaining the speed out of these corners. So it looks like everybody is done here. And here we go. Back into the pits. And as you can see, my BMW there on the screen. We will not be driving that. Don't think it would be very fair. I'm just a spectator. So before we get the race started, we can check the qualifying. Castro in the pole position, old school. Jim Shady, Mr. Magoo in fourth. Don P fifth. J Mac sixth. Forfan the seventh. Rotten Crowd eighth. And then we've got American Punk in ninth place with a 55.1 and 54.7. So what's that? 4/10 separates the entire field. So that's what's expected. So it's going to be a very close race. Qualifying is finished. Please wait for the host to start the race, which will be 50 laps. No possibility of weather. And after 3 rounds of the mini challenge, we've got Castro leading the championship with JDM Snob, which is American Punk. In second place, J-Max, third place, Jim Shady, fourth, Rotten Kraut, fifth, Don P in sixth, Ray 3, seventh, Mr. Magoo in eighth, Forfan in ninth, and then the rest of these are some people that have missed the rest of the races. So these top 10 are the ones that have made it to all the races, but today we're just missing one, I believe. So yeah, we've got the top 3 are separated by 4 points. So real tight championship going on here. So it's anybody's championship at this point between Castro, JDM, and J-Mac. But I mean, Jim Shady's not that far away. So the top 4 pretty close in points. And with this race, it could go either way or any different way. Missed the start. So, and this thing's Okay, there, we're back. Did something stupid there, my computer did, so sorry about that. We missed the start. But we've got... Oh. I'm really not doing well, am I? There we go. There's everybody. Rotten Kraut has made it out to the front. I think we did do reverse grid. Don P in second, Mr. Magoo third, Forfan. But now they're all right there. You can watch that. So it's anybody's race right now as we go into turn 2, coming into 3. Rotten Kraut's back up front. Forfan's up there. I see him coming out onto the front stretch, all bunched up. Rotten Kraut is starting to pull away a little bit. And here they come past the start finish for lap number 3. Rotten Kraut's still out front. Nobody is out of the lead pack. Into turn 1 we go. And out. Everybody stays off the wall. Really clean racing. Nobody's really spun out. Got a little pack diving down to the bottom there. I believe that's Castro and J-Mac. Trying to get a train going to get from the back to the front. Rotten Kraut staying in the front. Don P is looking on the outside as we go into turn 1. Or, no, turn 3. Sorry. And we come out onto the front stretch. Everybody's still together. And across the line, everybody's through. And Don P has made it out into the first. Jim Shady, Rotten Kraut's come back into second. But at this point, it's anybody's game. Everybody's staying right there. Look at him going 4 wide through there. Oh, this is crazy. Old School down on the inside, down on the apron, making the short way around. And we got that little bit of pack growing back here in the back, trying to catch up with the front, and looks like they have. Castro's trying to lead that back group towards the front. He's our championship leader. Oh, we got J-Mac going way on the inside and across the line, and for lap number 5. Don P still up front. As we go into turn 1, and it looks like Don P hit the wall a little bit. No damage, but it's slowed him down enough to get Mr. Magoo out into the lead. As we go into turn 2, flat out. Here we come. Castro's up to 4th. Jim Shady's moved back a little bit. Rotten Kraut is towards the back, but still in the lead pack. Looks like we got a battle for the lead between Don P and Mr. Magoo as they come down across the start-finish line. We got Old School down on the inside. Castro trying to follow him through. Don P is fighting back on the outside. Looks like a little bit of contact there, some smoke. Old School still in the lead. Don P following, but Castro is dragging the back towards the front. Looks like we got a little separation here. The boys in the back need to get in line and catch those front pack. They don't want to fight by themselves. Don P still out in the lead. Castro taking the inside line, trying to get a good run out of turn 3 in the slipstream. Here's some horns. Forfan is putting his nose in up there. Jim Shady diving down to the inside, see if he can make something work. Got Castro still in the lead. Don P. Oh, he's Old School has come up. And now, yeah, Old School in the lead. Castro's in second. Jim Shady's third for now. Don P's in fourth. As they come through side by side, got American Punk and Mr. Magoo need to get together and try to get to the front, or at least stay in touch with that front pack. Castro is out in the lead with Jim Shady in second. Don P's right there in third. Rotten Crowd has made it back to the front. Oh, way wide. Oh, big hit. I think that was Magoo. American Punk's pushing him along, trying to get back, and I believe they are within slipstream of that lead pack. Go back up to the front. Castro being hounded by Don P, and Jim Shady's right there too, as he comes on the inside of Don P and takes second. But it's not over. Don P's fighting back and coming back on the front stretch. It looks like he's got the slipstream of Castro, and he's back into second place. Jim Shady falls in line. Forfan falls in line. J-Mac is on the inside. Then it all spreads out again into turn one as they come out, and Rotten Crowd, a big rub against that wall. Castro's stretching out that lead a little bit as we go three wide towards the back, down the back stretch. J-Mac, Rotten Crowd, Mr. Magoo still back there, but still on that lead pack. See what's going on up front. Castro still out there. Don P, Forfan, Old School. Oh, Don P taps the wall. That's going to slow him down. Forfan will take advantage of that. Jim Shady should push him along and get it through as well if he can. And we break into turn one here soon. Forfan has made it up into second place as they come out of turn one. Oh, looks like the Mountain Dew car tapped the wall a little bit. Castro has got an 0.8 of a lead, but those guys need to form up and get in line and catch him. 3-4 cars are faster than one on its own. And there we go. A little bump drafting. Jim Shady drops down to the inside on Forfan as they go too wide out of turn one, down the back stretch. No, front stretch. They all look the same, sorry. Jim Shady on the inside. No partners, though. He might go backwards as he's trying to slip back up into the pack, but is being blocked by Old School. I wouldn't let him in either. Don P taps the wall again. Old School is going for a move on Jim Shady. Forfan is safe for now. There they go, side by side, Jim Shady and Old School for third and fourth place. J-Mac still in the lead. Forfan is hoping to get some help to get up there. And here we go into turn three. Forfan's keeping second position. Jim Shady's making a move to the inside. Old School, who's he going to pick? Is he going to stick to the outside? Is he going to go with Jim Shady on the inside? Looks like he's staying on the outside. Don P's sniffing that same air right there. Jim Shady's right there beside him, not letting Old School take away the spot, not giving it away easy. Into turn one, out onto the backstretch. Little bumping, little grinding, but that's to be expected on a little course like this. Don P's moving in, trying to get some slipstream from Forfan. And Jim Shady's right there too. Don P, American Punk has moved up. And let's see, Rotten Kraut and them. Rotten Kraut has lost a little bit of room. Hopefully J-Mac will catch with him. There he is on the inside. So they need to get together and get up there with the rest of them. Magoo is falling behind too. He needs to try to catch him. There goes J-Mac behind Rottenkraut, trying to catch that lead pack. Mr. Magoo. There they go side by side. One's got the apex and one's got the hopefully faster way around on the outside. Looks like both of those lines are good. J-Mac is still following. Hopefully he and Rottenkraut can hook up and get back to that lead pack so they don't have to won't lose touch with that lead pack and give them a chance. Looks like things are kicking off up to the front. Castro is still available, still in first place. Old School in second, Jim Shady third, Don P in fourth, but you know those positions have been changing 2-3 times every lap. Into turn one we go, side by side. And it's 3 wide coming out. Jim Shady looks like he lost out the most on that. With Old School in second place. American Punk has gone all the way up to third place from the back. And Don P is staying right there with him. Warfan is staying there too, and Jim Shady as well. So everybody's fighting for second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place. And looks like seventh and eighth are still right there together. Get a little separation in the corners, but that's just each of their preferred line through there. Castro is still out in the lead. Yeah, Old School in second place, being threatened by American Punk in third, who's on the inside. And he's not able to get the pass done, but stays in the slipstream. And we got Warfan, Jim Shady, and Don P all in a line here. Hopefully they're going to help each other out. Those two are. Don P needs to stay in that slipstream. He's still there. And looks like they're catching back up to third place again. Here we go. Warfan on the inside, coming out of turn 3. And onto the front stretch, it's 2 wide. Jim Shady's picking Warfan at this point. And looks like Don P has picked American Punk. And we go into turn 1, heavy braking. And side by side. Oh, looked like Castro, looked like several people hit the wall there. Let's go up and see if that put a dent in his speed. Old School is catching him. American Punk's right there in third. They're all catching Castro. He had like an 8/10 lead. Now it's down to 4/10. So he definitely lost something in that hit against the wall. I haven't even been paying attention to tires. That front right is going to take a beating on everybody. Everybody stays out of the wall there. Go back to this race here. American Punk and Jim Shady still together, followed closely by Warfan and Don P. And looks like we've got 2 and 2. Little Noah's Ark going on there. Rottenkraut and J-Mac still together. Oh, looks like J-Mac hit the wall and Rottenkraut got around him. But we're still up here in this 4th place race. The race for 4th, 5th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Still all right there. American Punk's got 3rd for the moment. Warfan in 4th place. Jim Shady still in 5th. And Don P following close behind. A little bit back, but still within that slipstream distance. And looks like we've got a fight for the first place coming on here. Old School is right there on Castro as they go into turn 1s. And they come out. Everybody stays off the wall except for looks like American Punk may have hit the wall a little bit. See if these two try to team up and run away from the pack, but it doesn't look like it. Old School's going for the move on the outside of turn 2 on Castro as they go side by side into the short chute between 2 and 3. And a little break, a lot of gas, and here we go onto the front stretch. Old School's taking the inside line, trying to go get him, and we have a challenge for first place, first and second across the line almost simultaneously. Old School's got the inside line of turn 1, but Castro can also make that outside line run if he wants to. Stays right on the back of Old School. Even though they made a pass, they didn't really lose any time to third place. Castro's content to stay right behind him for now. He pushes him into turn 2, into the short chute we go. And looks like we had a little squirrely action there from Forfan going in through the short chute out of turn 2 as we go into turn 3. And nothing's changed out front, and nothing's changed back there. See Don P still lingering back there. J-Mac is 1.8 seconds back, it looks like. Yeah, 1.9. Rotten Crowd's still right there with him, so if they can hook up and get to the front pack, that would be most beneficial to them. Because, I mean, at least those 4th, 5th, and 6th cars seem to be fighting a lot, so that will give those two a chance to catch and get in with the fight. But we still have 30 laps to go. Old School's still in the lead. Castro's right behind him. And they've got a 1.2 lead on JDM. And it looks like Castro is just pushing him down the road. So maybe they're hoping that they will just make this a 2-car race by the end of the... Try to leave the rest of them behind. Castro takes the inside line. But Old School's right there too. And looks like he's got a little bit of speed on him. And probably get him going into the short chute as we go into turn 2. They're side by side. Old School gets him. Castro's takes it back. Into the short chute we go. And they're right there. Old School's right on his tail as they come out of turn 3 into the front stretch. And they're just trading back and forth. See what's going on back here in 3rd place. Looks like he's got a little bit of separation back from 4th. And there we go. 4th, 5th, and 6th are still fighting it out. And look at this. 7th and 8th are really close. They'll probably be in contention for these spots shortly. And I'd say they're there. Yeah, there's Forfan in 6th, J-Mac in 7th, Rotten Crowd is in 8th, so they have caught back with part of that lead pack. And that right front of Rotten Crowd is done for. Still might be able to run around with a totally red right front. Forfan's is even worse. J-Max isn't as bad. Don P's is not looking good. Jim Shady's is a little worse. American Punk's is looking really good. And Old School's is looking pretty good. And of course Castro's is looking good as well. And Forfan's is dead. I don't think there's any white left on that one. Well, there's like a a hair. So it's almost gone. See what he can do. See if he's going to have to get in the pits. Magoo back in 9th place. His right front is totally dead as well. So 4 fans is dead. Broughton's is close to it. It's on life support. J Max isn't looking too bad. Don Pease is okay. So Jim Shady, so I don't know if you go for a pit. There's no, it's not like a road course where you can do an undercut. Castro's is doing really good. Plenty of fuel too. I mean, he's still going to have to stop and get tires and fuel, but it'll just be a one stopper for everybody since we are at halfway. And that might be what everybody's doing, is just waiting for lap 25, and might see a bunch of cars coming in. So Old School and Castro fighting it out for first place. American Punk's solidly in 3rd place, kind of in no man's land right there. He's not got the slipstream of the first 2, and the 4th place doesn't have slipstream with him. So Jim Shady, J Mac, Don P are all right there. Rottenkraut's staying up there. We've lost 4 fan. Looks like his tires have had enough. Jim Shady and J Mac, or Don P, J Mac, all right there side by side. This is anybody's position. Coming through turn 2 into turn 3. Don't know if anybody's gone into pits yet. There we go. The leaders are in the pits. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all in the pits. Looks like J Mac. I don't think anybody has 4 fan has not gone to the, and here he comes. He's coming into the pits. I'm sure Magoo will as well. So that's what it was. Everybody's waiting for lap 25. So it's a 2-part race. First 25 and last 25. All right, Old School back out. And looks like he did not take a lot of fuel. I don't know what's going on there. He's going to have to pit again. I think that just messed up. I don't know if he's got enough, can save enough, because, yeah. Okay, so Castro, what's going on here? Have we thrown a yellow flag or something? No, Castro's going hard at it. Oh, he hasn't pitted yet. Oh, okay. I thought he had. Okay. So it looks like we've got a yellow flag with Castro in the lead. Bunched everybody back up. So Old School's going to have to hurry up and get out before he gets overtaken and catch up to the back of the pack. It's taking on some fuel. There's the tires going on. Here comes the gasoline. And that should do it. That should get him to the end as he comes out. Okay. It shows that he's in the lead, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we've got catching up with the pack. Castro is showing second, but he's the leader of the group. So Old School's going to have to go all the way back. There's going to have to go to the front here. As we are in yellow conditions. Everybody's weaving, trying to get some heat in the tires so that once we get going, hopefully they won't hit each other or hit a wall. Where's Old School at? There he is. Okay. I don't know. So it's showing as our leader, Old School. So he's going to be shown like a lap ahead of everybody. So they may have to figure this one out at the end of the race. So Castro, Old School's in first, but he's in last. So our real leader, Castro. American Punk in third. We've got everybody still racing. Everybody's still bunched together. And are we? Yep. Staying in line. Alright. Don P's sniffing around behind American Punk. Everybody's still right there together. J-Mac is right behind. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Why do we have a yellow? Oh, so now we've got... Looks like things are back where they should be. Castro is now showing first place. American Punk second. Don P in third. Rotten Kraut fourth. J-Mac fifth. Jim Shady sixth. Four Fans seventh. Magoo eighth. And Old School is showing ninth place. There he is. So it looks like everything is back to where they should be. I guess maybe he's stopped and that's why it was a yellow flag and then got back going so that he would be back on the lead lap instead of a lap ahead. So let's go back up to the front. So it looks like we got everything squared away as far as who is where. We've got a fight for first place between 6 cars. So Don P looking on the inside of Castro as we go down the front stretch heading into turn 1. It's Castro in the lead for now with Don P in second, J-Mac third, American Punk in fourth, Rotten Kraut there on the outside. Castro's still in the lead as he tries to break the slipstream. And we got a row of cars on the inside with Castro still in lead, Don P in second, American Punk in third. Let's change views here. Castro diving to the inside of turn 1 with a good exit down into the front stretch with Don P. Oh, Four Fan, I believe, was into the wall there. And Old School's right there. Alright, so we got Old School and Magoo. They need to catch up. Little scrap going on here. Rotten Kraut's in 5th place with Jim Shady 6th and Four Fan right there in 7th. Or double F. Double F on the inside of Jim Shady going into turn 2. Jim Shady gets a little scared. And they both catch up on Rotten Kraut. A little tap on the wall, but not enough to slow him down. Ooh, a little bump there from Four Fan into Rotten Kraut. Slows them both down and gives Jim Shady a good run off the turn 1 down to the front stretch. See him trying to get in line to get that slipstream off the front there. Don P. J-Mac on the inside of turn 1, trying to get second place. Back end gets a little loose. Don P's a little shaky. Castro trying to break the draft, but they follow him down. J-Mac is smoking as we go into turn 2. There they are, going on too wide. Down the short chute into turn 3. American Punk's looking. J-Mac sniffing that fumes of Castro, trying to get up that tailpipe. He's right there on him. Go inside, see what he does into turn 1. Backs off a little bit, keeping those revs highs, hitting the apex. And looks like they're side by side going down the backstretch, but not enough out of turn 1 to catch him staying in the slipstream of Castro. You can see in the back mirror there, Don P is not going anywhere. As they go into turn 2, oh, Don P gets a move on him. There we go. Back to normal here. But yeah, now we've got a new second place, but J-Mac is trying to get that back and probably going to. Jim Shady needs to pick a dance partner here. Oh, as we're all lined up. There we go. Jim Shady's looking to the inside of J-Mac, trying to take that third place. American Punk is trying to go with him. Warfan is trying to get that slipstream from American Punk. And they all get around him. Warfan's still fighting J-Mac as they go into turn 2. Side by side. Nope. Double F gets the position for now as they go single file into the short chute. Into turn 3. And here we go. Into turn 3 in the front stretch. Everybody getting really close. And here we go. Jim Shady's still trying to get around some of these folks. American Punk and Jim Shady, Don P, Orfan, all fighting for the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. all the positions are for grabs right now as we go down the straight stretch into turn 2, flat out into the short chute. Castro's staying wide, but it looks like we've got a fight, a little tap there from Jim Shady. Four fans trying to get up into second place, and he's done it. But Jim Shady's not going anywhere. Neither's Don P. As they come across, it's Castro and Forfan, Don P and Jim Shady. It's a toss-up. And I think American Punk is going to get involved in that too. Rotten Kraut sparking it up through turn 1. And we've got Forfans right on the tail of Castro. Jim Shady's getting pushed by Don P and American Punk as we go into turn 2, into the short chute. Easy for you to say. And into turn 3. It's a fight, almost 3 wide. Orfan, Jim Shady's trying to get the inside, but it scrubbed off some speed. Orfan's got the slipstream and taps Castro. Maybe he's hoping the two of them can run away, but Shady and Don P and American Punk aren't going to let him as we go 3 wide into turn 1. And here we come out onto the back stretch. It's anybody's position for second and third, fourth, fifth, sixth. The only one not fighting right at the moment is Rottenkraut and Magoo, but they're not that far back. Back to the front. Got Castro's being hounded by American Punk. Oh, and we got a fight here for third, fourth, fifth, sixth. As we come across for lap number 38. And this is nowhere close to being done. Nobody's run away with anything right now. As they come out of turn 1 into the backstretch. And American Punk is making a bid for first place. I think it's the first time he's been in first place. Jim Shady's trying to follow him. And so's Old School, for that matter. Castro dives back down in to block that move. As they come into the short chute into turn 1, it's a fight for the lead. American Punk. Oh no, Castro gets really sideways and saves it. Old School's up to third. See what's going on up there. So American Punk in first. Jim Shady third, second. Old School third. And then here we go back to fourth. J-Mac. And all of them. J-Mac and everybody else. So it's J-Mac and Forfan, Rottenkraut, Castro, Don P. Uh-oh. And we've got 2 of them taken out there. Let's see if we can see what happened there. Oh, we just missed it there. Yep, they just looked like somebody got into the side of the other and spun each other out. All right, back to the action there. So we've got Old School, American Punk, and Old School's back in the lead again. He was in the lead a long time ago, but dropped back, but now he's back. American Punk in second, Jim Shady third, J-Mac. Oh, Castro hits the wall again. He's really trying to push it to get back up there. He is our championship leader. So it behooves him to get back up to that front pack. He needs the help of Rottenkraut and Magoo. Back to the lead. Old School is in the lead. American Punk in second. Jim Shady's in third. I mean, it was just within 2 laps or 3 laps, Castro went from being in the lead to being towards the back. They really need to get together. American Punk making a bid for first place, and he's got it. 9 laps to go. American Punk in the lead. Old School in second, Jim Shady third. J-Mac in fourth. Let's see what that kind of has, what implications this has right now. So American Punk, who's in the lead now, is in second place in the championship, and this could be a big swing. This could put him in the lead. J-Mac is right there too. So with those 2 up and Castro back in the 7th, we could get a new championship leader. So this was a big change here. American Punk still in first. Old School second, Jim Shady third, J-Mac fourth. But that won't stay like that for long, that's for sure. Oh, I just now saw your... Yeah, they must have agreed. I think that's best to have like a competition yellow in these races like this, because it's no fun if you get shoved to the back from an accident and then you're just running lap after lap all by yourself. That's no fun. Because that's what it's about, it's having fun. So we've got American Punk and Old School, Jim Shady, J-Mac, Forfan still fighting for this lead. Forfan has dropped off a little bit. American Punk back out in the lead. Old School's right there. Jim Shady's pushing him. He's up to second place. As we go into turn 1. 7 laps to go. Looks like Don P's lost it. Lost the lead pack there. Castro's doing what he can, but on your own, you can't do much. So we're back. Mr. Magoo and Rottenkrauter still back here. Hopefully those two can get together and push up to Castro, and then the three of them can push. That's some lag there. That doesn't give you confidence when you're following somebody doing that. So let's get back up to the front here. American Punk in the lead. Plenty of fuel, plenty of tires. Old School, plenty of fuel. Burned a little more tire. Jim Shady's right there. J-Max right there. 4 fans still in that lead pack. Don P's lurking in the background. Castro's there too. Rottenkrauter or Magoo hit the wall back there, sending up a storm of sparks. Alright. American Punk still in the lead. Old School's right behind him, catching him, not letting him go anywhere. Into turn 3. J-Mac and Jim Shady still right there. Poor fan has dropped off a little bit. Has he dropped off too much? And he's 1.2. He needs those guys to fight a little bit more so he can catch them. And knowing these front 4, they've been fighting for 45 laps. They will probably fight for another 5. Somebody hit the wall a little bit there. I don't know if it's Old School or American Punk, but somebody did. Old School's biding his time. Give me a little tap. Maybe he's hoping, let's just leave it down to the 2 of us for the finish. Let's just push forward for a couple laps and then fight it out amongst ourselves. But J-Mac doesn't want anything to do with that. He wants to stay in contention for this win as well. He's definitely still in the slipstream, as is Jim Shady. Jim Shady, 4 fans made up a few seconds. Maybe you can make up time in turn 1. That's usually about the best place to do it. Looks like our first place driver hit the wall a little bit as we come down the back stretch into turn 2. Still American Punk and Old School with J-Mac lurking just in the distance. And Jim Shady's dropped about a second behind. That's not going to help. It might be down just to the top 3 for the win. So go back up there. American Punk and Old School still right there together. Got these 2 NASCAR liveries. The old Haviland and Rainbow Warriors. Old School's right there on him. J-Mac's not letting him get out, but he's not right there on him. Oh no, American Punk's hit the wall. That gives Old School a run, and it gives J-Mac a run. So now we're back to a 3-way fight. Old School and J-Mac now fighting for the lead. Old School's in the lead again. Followed closely by J-Mac. American Punk in 3rd. Jim Shady's catching him, so I'm sure he's got a podium in his eyes right now. As they come around lap 48. Got 48, 49, and 50. 3 laps to go. 3 minutes into turn 1. 3 laps to go. It's going to kick off soon, I would think. We've got a 4-way run for the win here. because once they start fighting, they'll slow each other up and it'll be anybody's race at that point. J-Mac is content to stay right there in second place. Jim Shady, American Punk right there, not letting them get a big lead. But they are going side by side. Oh, Old School rubs the wall, gives J-Mac a better run off of turn 3 down the front stretch. He'll have a mile an hour or two, but third and fourth place also have picked a partner there, and they're taking that draft. They're staying right there in the top, and looks like a little bumping. Old School's pushed a little wide. He does stay off the wall, so that gives him a good run. Old School J-Mac, little door rub there as they go down the backstretch, heading into turn 2. It's a four-way battle. It's lap 49. Into turn 2, into the short chute. Oh no! A little hit there. J-Mac touched the wall, gives Old School a run, but he fights back. Here we are on the front stretch for the final lap. It's J-Mac, it's Old School, it's American Punk, and it's Jim Shady. Any of those can win this race as we go 3 wide, 4 wide into turn 1. And it looks like they are safely through. Nobody wrecks, nobody hit the wall. They may have bounced off of each other, but we're running down the backstretch. Nose to tail. It's going to be whoever gets the best run out of turn 3 is going to win this. Old School is making his bid up on the high line. Jim Shady's pushing. American Punk is making a dive onto the inside. Oh no! Jim Shady and Old School get together, but American Punk is a little squirrely too. Oh, they're wide. Oh no, J-Mac is... American Punk is getting a run, and they're getting squirt. Oh, they're wrecking. What a finish. That was something else. That was great. That was great. What a race. That was a battle for first place. It comes down to who was going to make a mistake and who wasn't going to make a mistake. And they bounced off of each other, but still survived and able to drive through it. So there we are. That's the finish of the race, with JDM Snob coming up with pole position and the win. And let's see, he was in second place for the championship, so it's a good bet that he may have taken the lead in this championship. So let's look at the final results. We've got American Punk winning the race, JDM Snob. Old School in second, a very good race for him. And then we've got Jim Shady in third, J-Mac in fourth, who is our third place championship person. Forfan in fifth, Castro in sixth, our championship leader, but very good chance he just lost the lead of the championship. Don P and Rottenkraut, and they've ended their game. That would be Magoo in ninth place. So it looks like that was it. Exciting race between these minis, and we've got another race coming at you next week with the Mini Coopers. Let me see if we can find out who that's with. So let's see here. I've got the schedule. We'll pull that up. Oh, here we go. All right. Next week we have Watkins Glen Short Course. So that should be a really good one. That is the NASCAR layout. It takes the boot out of it, but still has the bus stop, which will be always a good place Turn 1 is an excellent turn. It's just a good course altogether. Should be very exciting. So we've got Watkins Glen next week, and that'll be 36 laps. Then we go to Brands Hatch, and then the last race is a mystery at this point. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and we will see you in another stream next week.